Joshua became a judge in Yasharal because he fulfilled the command. Caleb received an inheritance in the land because he testified in the assembly. David inherited the throne of the kingdom forever because he was merciful. Eliah was taken up into heaven because he had great zeal for the law. Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael believed and were rescued from the flame. Daniel was delivered from the lion's mouths because of his innocence. So you see that from generation to generation, no one who continues to trust Elohim will lack strength. Don't fear the words of sinners, for their glory will turn into dung and worms. Today they may be exalted, but tomorrow they can't be found, because they will have returned to the dust, and their plans will have vanished. My children, show courage and grow strong in the law, because this will bring you honor. Look, here is your brother Simon, who I know is a man with purpose. Always listen to him. He will be your father. Judas Maccabeus has been a powerful fighter since he was a boy. He will command the army for you and lead the battle against the peoples. Rally around yourselves all who observe the law and avenge wrong done to your people. Pay the Gentiles back in full and obey what the law commands.
Then he blessed them and joined his ancestors. He died in the year 146 and was buried in an ancestral tomb at Modin. All Yasharal mourned for him with sorrow. After Mattathias' death, leadership passed to his son Judas, known as Maccabees, which translates to the hammer. He rose as a fierce, brilliant tactician and inspiring leader, delivering powerful blows against the enemies of Yasharal to reclaim their freedom and faith. At the Battle of Beth Horon, Judas defeated a larger Seleucid force using guerrilla tactics. His knowledge of the land gave him an advantage, and the Seleucid army suffered a stunning defeat. In preparation for the Battle of Emmaus, Gorgias, a Syrian Seleucid general, gathered 5,000 infantry and 1,000 elite cavalry, moving out under cover of night, planning a surprise attack on the Hebrew camp. Guided by men from the fortress, they closed in, confident of an easy victory. But Judas heard of their movements. With his warriors, he launched a counterattack on the king's forces camped at Emmaus, while Gorgias' division was absent. Entering Judas's camp at night, Gorgias found it empty. He searched the hills, convinced the Jews had fled in fear. At dawn, Judas and 3,000 men appeared on the plain, though they lacked full armor and weaponry. Judas addressed his men, saying,
"Do not fear their numbers or their charge. Remember how our ancestors were saved at the Red Sea when Pharaoh's forces pursued them. Let us cry to heaven, and may he remember his covenant and crush this army today, so all will know Yasharal has a redeemer."
The Gentile camp spotted Yasharal advancing and prepared for battle. Judas's men blew their trumpets, and the battle began. The Gentiles were crushed, fleeing across the plain. Yasharal pursued them to Gazara, Idumea, Azotus, and Jamnia, leaving 3,000 of their enemies slain. Judas halted his men from plundering, reminding them of the ongoing battle. He told them not to be eager to take spoils, as Gorgias and his forces were still nearby in the hills.
"Let us face them first and then take the spoils."
As Gorgias' division emerged from the hills, they saw the devastation. They spotted Judas's forces in the plain, ready to fight. Overcome by fear, they fled into Philistine territory. Judas's army returned to plunder the camp, taking gold, silver, and richly dyed garments. Returning with great joy, they